Hello, guys. Cecil Pearson Jr. here. And y'all have heard me preach and preach and preach, and well, I want to do something a little different today. That's why I'm doing this pre-recorded video. I'm going to do a little humor because people need to know that Christians can have a good sense of humor and can have a good time. Now, everybody's heard, everybody has heard me say I'm a big guy. I'm a fat guy. I lost from 220 pounds down to 320 pounds down to 245 pounds, which was a miracle in and of itself. But anyway, it's hard for preachers such as myself, who are rotund, such as myself, to lose weight. And it's not that we don't have willpower. See, we're always taught that we're not supposed to hurt people's feelings. So whenever I go out and I preach, generally wherever I go to preach at, the church that I'm preaching at, they're having a dinner. Well, at them dinners, they got fried chicken. Oh, love fried chicken. And I love tasting what different people do to it. They got potato salad. That's salad, right? So it shouldn't be that fattening. It's potato salad. So it's not like a regular salad, but a regular salad's not food. It's just it's a placeholder until the real food gets there. But potato salad, that's food. But it's got the word salad in it. And then they've got broccoli casseroles, and they've got squash casseroles, and they've got dressing, and some of them have turkey, and then they've got 3 or 4 different kinds of homemade rolls and biscuits and cornbread. And by the time you make your first pass through there getting your regular plate, it needs side bodies on it. Now, I can't hurt a little church lady's feelings and say, oh, I can't eat your dressing, I'm on a diet. That'd be rude. I can't do that, so I got to eat the dressing. I got to try everybody's chicken, or then it looks like I'm stuck up and I only tried one person's chicken. Well, then there's and everybody always has them, it's them little smokies that they do with the mustard and the apple jelly. Oh, mercy. That stuff is fantastic. So when I tell y'all that that I'm coming to preach in an area, and they say, oh, we're going to have a dinner, I know I'm gaining 10 pounds. But that's okay, because I'm not going to hurt anybody's feelings. And, well, I'm a fat guy. I like to eat. But the wonderful thing about it, though, is when you're there and you're eating all of it and you get done and you don't think you can hold another spoonful, then the pastor's wife says, have you been by the dessert table yet? Several ladies made their best dessert just for you to try. Oh, sister, I hadn't been by there yet, but I'll go over there now. Well, you go over and you want to get one little spoonful of banana pudding. But the lady goes, oh, preacher, I made this just for you. And there's 2 or 3 spoonfuls of banana pudding. Oh, I love banana pudding. It's fantastic. It's one of the best. My mouth watering thinking about banana pudding right now. Ooh, and then there's always a cobbler, be it blueberry, strawberry, peach, or cherry. Sometimes there's even a good old-fashioned apple cobbler there. And there's, oh, preacher, I made this for you. And then 3 spoonfuls of that. And then there's, oh, look at the key lime pie. Oh, there's a pound cake. Oh, this is a 15-layer cake. Folks, I can't resist it. I can't. Ooh, the sweets table is like crack for a fat guy. Don't you get it? We can't resist it. It's literally like crack for a fat guy. You know, you go into Walmart and you go to the bread aisle because you just going to get a loaf of bread. You're going to be good. You getting a loaf of bread. You done made up your mind. You ain't getting no snacks. What's right there by that bread? All the Little Debbie's. Little Debbie's ain't healthy. But Little Debbie's is tasty and they're cheap. So what do? You pick up the loaf of bread and, well, I'll just get one little box of Little Debbie's and I won't have but one cake a day. But the time you get home, half the box gone. Because why? Sweets is like crack to a fat guy. Dressing is like heroin to me. Oh, homemade dressing? Oh, my stars. That's the best thing in the world you could ever put in your mouth. Ooh, I mean to tell you, can't get enough of it. And my belly shows it. It does. So after I go to preach somewhere, I come back and then I have to pray and fast for a week just to lose what I lost in one day, and then it's time to go preach somewhere else. And I'm eating again. Oh, but folks, I'm telling you, it's like going to one of them all-you-can-eat buffets. Because when you're the preacher, everybody wants you to make at least 2 passes through the regular line and the sweets line. Because if you don't, you didn't taste everybody's stuff and somebody's going to get offended. So you got to go through there. You got to make them 2 passes through. It's almost a requirement. Folks wonder why preachers are fat. It's called we like to eat. Folks want to know why preachers sweat so much. Might have something to do with chicken grease. I don't know, but we love it. I can't say there ain't no preachers that don't like chicken, but I ain't met one yet. And that's why back there on the back side of the chicken, you know, when you get the chicken quarter, there's a little thing where the tail feathers stick up. That thing in the South's called the preacher's nose. The reason it's called the preacher's nose is because preachers eat a lot of yard bird. Now, think about this for a minute. Everybody always says preachers don't have a sense of humor. Preacher got to have a sense of humor. We have to have a sense of humor. We have to look for the humor in everything. Like Miss Robinson says, we have to find the humor in everything. Because if we don't, we get so burdened down and so loaded up that we go out of our mind, so we have to find the humor in it. Now, one of the biggest things that I find in humor is this right here. Look at that. That ain't a double. That ain't a triple. That's a quadruple chin. Big old fat cheeks. Make a bad racket when you shake your head. Yeah. But when I look at myself, I don't see the same thing you guys see. I see Uncle Fester. Adam's Family. The only thing missing is the light bulb that'll stick in my mouth and it glows. But folks, you have to know, we find humor everywhere. Now, a lot of people, they all read the Bible and they think for a minute, you know, especially when let's just talk about Jesus' crucifixion for a minute. When they were driving those nails in Jesus' hands, Jesus said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." But if that had been me, that they were driving nails in my hands, the only thing I would have been able to say would have been, "Ow! Y'all quit that! Ow!" Because I'm not Jesus. And that's how I'm able to look at the crucifixion and not break down every time I look at it is I think about what I would have sounded like if they was beating on my hands and beating on my feet. I would not have been as forgiving as Jesus was. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Y'all ever stepped on a nail? Know how bad that hurts? Now have somebody drive one through the top of your foot. While that is not humorous, the sounds that would come out of me, I'm sure people would find humorous later. Mm-hmm. And you know, Jesus and his 12 disciples was walking on the road. They walked everywhere. There weren't no cars back then, weren't no airplanes. They walked everywhere they went unless they could take a boat. They walked. Well, you walk in the desert, you get hot, you get sweaty, and you stink. You eat things, you eat berries, you eat stuff that you find out there along the road that you're allowed to eat. And when you eat that stuff, it tears your stomach up. Y'all know what happens when your stomach gets tore up. So you know, Peter was like, John, what did you eat? Oh, Jesus, can you make that smell go away? Can you make John go away till he stops making that smell? Because that's what guys do. And see, Jesus was human. He was the Son of God, but he was human. So you know he had to have a sense of humor. All the disciples were human. You know they had to have a sense of humor. Now trust me, when it come to their preaching, they were dead serious. And there wasn't no messing about. None. But don't you know, after the Sermon on the Mount, when Jesus fed the 5,000 with the 2 fish and the loaves of bread, don't you know that they were sitting around talking, and you can bet that Matthew and Luke were sitting there, and Matthew was going, did you see the look on that woman's face when the bread just kept coming out of the basket? Yeah, it's about as good as the fellow when the fish just kept flowing out of the basket too. See, there's humor in everything. You just got to be willing to look for it. Now, I hope I've made somebody laugh today, and I love you guys. Not as much as God, but I love you.